Welcome to my YouTube channel Master of Biology. In this video, I'm going to see about how do organisms reproduce. This is for class 10 chapter 8. For class 10 chapter 8, how do organisms reproduce. So let's move on. First we'll see about male reproductive system. So I have noted some keywords. Based on that, I'll explain to you. Actually, the male reproductive system consists of two portions. The portion that which produce the germ cells and the portion that which delivers the germ cell to the site of fertilization. Like that you can divide into two portions. First one, the portion that helps in producing the germ cells, and the second one, the portion that helps in delivering the germ cells to the site of fertilization. Okay, so what are germ cells? They are nothing but reproductive cells or sex cells or gametes. Okay, we have different names. Germ cells are also known as reproductive cells, sex cells, gametes. Okay, here we are talking about male reproductive system. So the male germ cell is sperm. Okay, as you all know, it's the sperm. Next, sperms are produced in the testes. Testes are the male reproductive organs. We have a pair of testes. Testes are the male reproductive organs. It is located outside the abdominal cavity. Okay, we have a pair of testes. It is located outside the abdominal cavity. Okay, testes produce sperms. Testes are placed in a sac called scrotum. Okay, the testes are kept in a sac-like structure called scrotum. Okay, why it's placed outside? Because the sperm needs lower temperature than that of the internal body temperature. The sperms needs lower body temperature than that of the normal body temperature. So only it is placed outside, okay, in a sac-like structure called scrotum, right? Then the testes produce the hormone called testosterone. It is the male hormone, testosterone. The functions are, number one, it helps in regulating the formation of sperms. It helps in regulating the formation of sperms. And secondly, it also helps in the change in the appearance, especially in boys, change in appearance, which happens at puberty. Actually, we call it as secondary sexual characters. Okay, growth of hair in the armpits, growth of mustache, beard, okay, voice change. So all these things, secondary sexual characters, help that which form at the puberty stage. So this kind of change in appearance is brought about by testosterone. Okay, testosterone is the male hormone produced by testes. It helps in regulating the formation of sperms, and it also helps in change in the appearance of boys at puberty. Vast difference. Actually, the testis has various ducts. One important duct means tube, is vast difference. So the sperms, the germ cells, sperms travel through the uterus. It travels through the vast difference. Okay, vast difference is a duct. Okay, so the sperms just move on into the vast difference. This vast difference is united with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. This vast difference is united with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. And urethra. Urethra is a common passage for the release of sperm as well as urine. Okay, urethra is the common passage for the release of sperm and urine. Okay, glands. There are some glands in our male reproductive system. The prominent glands are seminal vesicle and prostate gland. Okay, prostate gland and seminal vesicle. So these glands secrete a substance, okay, a fluid called semen. So this fluid semen helps in the transportation of sperms and also provides nourishment, nutrition to the sperms. two things: transportation and nutrition. The movement of sperms is possible as the sperms float in this fluid. Okay, so it helps in easy transport of sperms, okay, into the vagina through cervical canal to reach the fertilization site. Okay. Secondly, it also provides nourishment to the sperms. So that's about semen, and they are produced by the glands called prostate gland and seminal vesicle. Coming to the structure of sperm. Okay, the structure of sperm has a head-like portion. Okay, and a middle piece. It's called the neck region, and a long tail. Okay, in the head region will be the nucleus. Okay, head, nucleus. It's called the middle piece, tail. So the structure of sperm consists of head, middle piece, and tail. Head contains nucleus. Nucleus contains the genetic material. Okay, so the most important genetic material is seen there in the nucleus of the head. Then the middle piece contains mitochondria. That mitochondria, as you know, it will provide energy. The sperm needs energy for its movement. Okay, and the tail helps in making the sperm swim towards ovum. Okay, the tail helps in swimming process, movement process. Middle piece provides the energy, much needed energy for the sperm, fuel for the sperm. So that's about the structure of sperm. So we have studied about the male reproductive system. Okay, about what are germ cells, testis, testosterone, vas deferens, urethra, glands, semen, and the structure of sperm. Okay. Okay, next we'll see about female reproductive system. Okay, female reproductive system. So ovaries, ovaries are the female reproductive organ. The female reproductive organs are a pair of ovaries. So in the ovaries, ovum is formed. Not only ovum, ovary also produces a hormone called estrogen. Okay, then a pair of ovaries consist of a pair of oviducts. They are also known as fallopian tubes. So each ovary consists of a fallopian tube. Okay, a pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tubes. The other name is oviduct. Okay. Actually, when the girl child is born, there will be thousands of eggs, immature eggs. Okay, it's already present in the ovaries. Thousands of immature eggs. When the girl attains puberty, some of the immature eggs becomes mature. Okay, and every time one egg is released from one of the ovary. Okay, there are a pair of ovaries, but only one egg will be released at a time by any one of the ovary, and that ovum will be present in the fallopian tube or the oviduct. Okay, then when that egg encounters with a sperm or when it meets a sperm, fertilization occurs. The process of fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. Male gamete is sperm, female gamete is ovum. Okay, it is said to be fusion or fertilization. The product of fertilization is zygote. Okay, you all know that the product of fertilization is zygote. Once the zygote is formed, it will get implanted in the uterus, mother's womb. Okay, it gets implanted. Implanted means fixed in the uterus. So uterus is a elastic bag-like structure. Okay, and the inner lining of the uterus, it prepares itself for receiving the embryo. So the inner lining of the uterus will become thick. richly supplied with blood vessels, and it is expecting that embryo formation will occur. So the inner lining of the uterus becomes thick, becomes richly supplied with blood vessels, and the uterus is prepared to receive the development of the fetus or embryo. Next, placenta. So placenta is a special tissue. It provides nourishment to the developing embryo. It is a connecting link between the mother and the child. Okay, it is richly supplied with finger-like projections called villi. It has large air space, so that glucose and oxygen gets passed on from mother's blood to the developing embryo. So the developing embryo gets food from the mother. Okay, it gets glucose, it gets oxygen, everything from the mother's blood through the placenta. Meanwhile, waste materials produced by the fetus will also be passed down to the mother's blood. Okay, so the baby gets nourishment. At the same time, the waste is also removed. For this process, placenta is very, very useful. Okay, so that is a special tissue called placenta, which forms a connective link between the mother and the child. Actually, the full development or the full growth of the embryo may take 9 months. It's called a pregnancy period, and biologically it's called the gestation period. Okay, usually 9 months, and after that the baby is ready for delivery. At that time, there will be rhythmic contraction of muscles. So that the kind of rhythmic contraction muscles will expel the baby out. Okay, through the cervix and vagina. That is how the baby is expelled out. So these are the points that I have to remember. Based on that, you can write. Okay. So far we have seen about the male reproductive system. Then I explained to you about female reproductive system. Now let us see what happens when the egg is not fertilized. What happens when the egg is not fertilized? So as I told you, after the fertilization, the zygote will move towards the womb and gets implanted in the uterus. The uterus always be prepared to receive the zygote and for further development of the embryo. Okay. So actually one egg will be released at a time from the ovary. That egg will be there in the fallopian tube at the site of fertilization for about 1 day. Okay. Meanwhile, the uterus gets prepared itself to receive the fertilized egg. What will happen? The lining of the uterus will become thick, richly supplied with blood vessels, expecting the zygote to receive the zygote. Okay. Now, the egg is not fertilized. So, what will happen? So, that is the question. The lining of the uterus, no, slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. See, the lining of the uterus slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. This is said to be menstruation. As it occurs periodically, it's called the menstrual cycle. It is the menstrual cycle. Okay, it will last for about 2 to 8 days. It will last for about 2 to 8 days. So what actually happens is when the egg is not fertilized, okay, the lining of the uterus, okay, the lining of the uterus will slowly break and it will come out as blood and mucus through the vagina. This process is called menstruation. Okay. So hope you enjoyed this video. I have explained to you about male reproductive system, female reproductive system, and how what will happen if the egg is not fertilized. Okay. So hope you enjoy this video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.